Paul has elected to start serving first.
Yes, sir. Paul Olin serving the ball up. Boy, that was good. He painted that line right there on the backhand.
What a nice stroke that was. Backhand, top spin. Just a solid stroke.
He chooses to go with the one-handed backhand. Boy, another good shot by Paul Olin.
That was amazing. He had a backhand there the last time he threw the backhand cross court. This one time he went down the line. So he's really mixing it up very nicely. And Scott anticipated another backhand shot. He was fooled just a little bit on that. There
Absolutely.
we go. Another backhand. Wow.
God, Paul Olin is just literally
making it look so easy.
Making it look easy right now. And it is easy for him, apparently. He's done it 3 times now. Scott's got to settle in, start getting the ball maybe a little deeper perhaps.
This is not the start that Scott wanted to have. It certainly is for Paul.
Yeah, down 4-0 is not where you want to start to Paul Olin, but credit to Paul for playing lights out here early.
Just another fantastic backhand, top spin, perfectly executed shot.
I think Scott's having a hard time reading where Paul's going to actually hit this ball because Scott's guessing to the right, he's going left. He guesses to the left, he's going right. So Paul doing a great job of holding that shot till the last second.
Well disguised, and I would think I would get a timeout coming up here.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Right on cue, actually. I mean, look, Scott started off a little rough right there, and this is rally scoring as well. So Paul actually scoring all his points out of the gate off the serve. However, with the rally scoring, Scott can come out of this timeout, get one side out, already have a point on the board, and rattle off 3 or 4, and all of a sudden it's a game again. 7-3, 7-4.
Very true. And in rally scoring, it's a little bit different because the advantage then goes towards the defensive player because you've got advantage on the court. Whereas in regular scoring, pickleball, the only way you can score is when you're serving. So in rally scoring, defensive player has a little bit more of an advantage, but we're not seeing that right now. Paul is playing flawless.
He didn't waste any time coming out of the gate there, scoring 6 points on Scott Moore. And as we say that, our referee gives us the sign. We give him the thumbs up, and we're back to the action. 6-0, Paul serving to Scotty Moore. Oh, goodness. He didn't want that coming out of the timeout. I know that. The good news is it's best 2 out of 3, so he can always recover in game 2. But right now, Paul in complete control. Man, I just got to tell you, I think Paul is playing on another level right now.
He's making this look so easy.
Scott has no answers.
He's just fluid. The ball just seems like it's slow for him. He's hitting great shots. He's just in that zone. He's in like the Zen mode.
Yeah, he is. And Paul, I told you, don't let that peppered beard fool you because he's an absolute monster in singles.
Well, there's the first mistake that Paul made.
But it happened at 8-0. So now Scott Moore getting a chance here with the ball, 1-8. However, it really, like you said, it neutralizes the serving side. So it's not really much advantage now. That's great play by Scott Moore there.
Yeah, he's starting to get into it now a little bit, loosening up. He's starting to get in the feel, and it takes some time to begin the game to figure out what your opponent's going to be trying to do to you and what you want to try to do to your opponent. That was a great drive by Scott.
Yeah, it really was.
And it caught all off just a little bit. He was trying to get into the kitchen, and he was kind of got caught up in his steps. Just barely missed.
I couldn't see that ball, but Scott called that ball out.
Very nice angle.
Yeah,
right,
Paul.
That was four quick points by Scott. So
right, but
scoring,
keep in mind that was a point for Paul though, so it's 9-4 now, and he's got the ball.
9-4.
Good get there by Scott. Okay, see, side out and the ball. So it's interesting the dynamic with the rally scoring because you can be down 9-3, 9-4, but all of a sudden you get a couple stops and score a few points, and it's a ball game again. It's quite interesting.
I kind of enjoy it. It's
I
a
like
fun
it.
part of the game. I'm hoping that maybe they'll add this more and more.
I hope it catches on.
Nicely played. What a nice soft shot. It was coming into the middle of the court, came with a nice backhand, nice flat backhand, and put it right in the backhand corner.
Paul just playing so great right now in game one here. That's
Okay, that was a nice
that's
shot.
ball
It
game.
caught the corner.
Oh, they're playing 1-15. I guess this is 1-15. My apologies.
We would have switched the date if that were the case.
Well, it's 11-5, so.
Yeah, playing to 15, I think you're right, with Rally scoring.
But they didn't switch sides.
Well, with Rally scoring 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 to 15?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, that might be right. I actually don't remember what they did for that, so you're right. You're probably.
That one just missed a little bit wide. You know what's interesting, and not taking anything away from Scott whatsoever, but this is typically what Scott Moore does to people.
Yeah.
He makes it look so simple and so easy, and the next thing you know, he's way ahead. But with Paul coming on the scene now, it's just amazing how smooth and fluid he is. So we've got two pros out here, 2 of the best in the world playing, and they make it look so simple.
They do, man. When we watch these singles matches, I don't think that we realize how difficult the stuff is that they do. For example, that right there.
And it's about the angle. It's not about the power on that shot. He has just got the perfect backhand going there. We've seen that now probably 6 or 7 times, and he's about 95% on that shot.
Yeah, it's unbelievable drop shot with his backhand there. He switched it up. He tried to fake it like he was going to drop to the backhand again and go to the forehand, but with Scott's 6'4" frame, he was able to just tag it.
And he's got a big wingspan. I think his wingspan is even bigger than 6'4".
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah, he plays like he's
6'8".
He plays like he's 10 feet tall, so. I love that right there. He just comes up and smacks it.
Oh, that one went wide, and that is the game to 15.
But that's just one
game
of,
to 15 with
of
the best 2 out of 3.
potentially 3. So.
Well, Scott's going to figure it out. Scott's a very smart player. He'll start analyzing this, and he'll start figuring out his game plan for game 2. Players are going to go over and take a quick, short little break here. And
Well, the problem with that game was that Paul never hardly missed. He basically did exactly what he wanted to do every point. He had a couple unforced errors through the match, but he had already gained such a lead at 8-0 that by the time he made a couple unforced errors, it really didn't make a difference in the outcome of the game.
That's exactly right. It's hard to beat an opponent when they don't make any errors.
Yeah. I mean, he forced Scott to basically play perfect as well, and Scott wasn't up for the challenge in game 1, but I guarantee you, just like you said, he's going to come out in game 2 and make a couple adjustments. Also, the win is going to change for him. So he may be better off playing on this side. We don't know yet.
That's true. Now Paul's going to have the wind to contend with. He'll also have the sun to contend with. And we'll see if that's an advantage. I'm sure Scott's trying to figure out now what he's going to do to get back in this game. And he's been here before. He's a veteran.
I call him a
very,
savvy
very smart
veteran
person here, so I wouldn't put it past him to see if he could come back here and maybe capture game 2.
He's talking to himself a little bit over there, a little bit of self-talk. And got to make some adjustments. There's no question about it. Paul played nearly flawless in game 1, 15-8 final in that one. And now we're going to kick off game 2 with Scott starting serve.
That was a backhand, and he is downwind. That looked a little bit long. He's asking the official to confirm whether that was out or not. The referee says I didn't have a firm confirmation either way, so the call stands.
1-0.
Look at them, just gunslingers.
Wow. know, it's hard to even anticipate where Paul is hitting that shot because with that backhand, he holds it so long, you just don't know if he's going to take it down the line or bring it back across. Very well disguised.
Yeah, he's very deceptive with his game, and I mean he's playing amazing right now.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely amazing. It's not even like Scott's playing bad. Scott's playing great. It's just that Paul's hitting phenomenal shots right now.
And it doesn't even seem like he's running that hard to get to the ball. He's timing everything just right.
Oh, he's in great shape for 50 plus. I mean, this guy's not even showing signs of being tired.
Playing in the women's doubles open. Please meet at court 15. If you are a player in the women's double open, please meet at court 15.
Scott anticipated that one a little bit too quickly and pulled it just wide. Another point for Paul here, and then Paul gets to serve. Wow, that is just an amazing, amazing shot. Backhand, drop shot over the net into Scott's backhand. And just Scott is as tall as he is, he couldn't even reach it.
5-1.
Paul giving Scott kudos on that. He's mixing it up a little bit, tried to go down to Scott's forehand. Scott was ready for it and put the ball away. Scott doing a backhand serve. Real nice drive down there. Got him on the board now. Might see Scott getting a little bit more comfortable, getting into a bit of his rhythm. Very nice point there. Ball hit the net, but they recovered nicely on that shot. Paul was ready for it.
These two scored off at Nationals, and I believe Paul had Scott's number at Nationals. And I'm wondering if Paul's just figured something out with Scott here recently and taking advantage of that. But right now it looks like he's just hitting all his shots that he's wanting to hit, to be real honest.
He's on fire right now. It's just when you're in that zone, and he certainly seems to be in that zone, everything's working for you.
The thing about missing that right there is you give the point and the ball back. That's what I think hurts so bad. So when you're down already and you miss that, then you give them even more of an advantage and a lead, and that's what hurts so much.
Not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I think. Well, I'll tell you what my opinion is on that. I think the wind's blowing, and I think he came up to the kitchen and he was a little too close, and he looked down for just a second to make sure he's out of the kitchen, and I think the ball just got by him, to be real honest. I don't think he just whiffed. I think he took his eyes off it for just a second. Man,
another nice shot.
I mean, Paul,
working the angles.
He's just hitting all the shots that he's wanting to hit right now, and when you have an opponent that's hitting the ball that good, down both lines, and is as agile and fast as Paul, you're just not gonna.
Well, it makes the court twice as wide.
Absolutely.
Because the angles that he's hitting them, it's pulling you farther and wider. So it's a much wider court that you've got to cover, and you got to be quick and tall and all those things. And Paul's he's just on it right now. So he's really mastered that shot with that backhand coming across.
Yeah, but see, with this rally scoring, it's still only down 4. Well, I say that right as I say that, he's down 5 now. But with all of that's happened, and as good as Paul is playing, it's only a 5-point game. So Scott just needs to settle down, take a deep breath, and continue to grind out these points. He's got to trip up Paul just a little bit, like right there. That's what he's got to have.
Yeah,
some
nice
deeper
deep
returns.
return.
Yeah, and like just put some pressure on Paul, just a little bit, so he can gain some momentum. He's got to rattle off 2 or 3 points in a row. So far, it's been uphill sledding 1 or 2 at a time, and not really gained a ton of momentum. That's But again, like when he's doing something like that, like what are you gonna do?
Well, there's not much. I think one thing I would do if I were playing against Paul is I would probably stop hitting it to his backhand, because his backhand I think is almost better than his forehand.
I feel like his backhand's on point right now.
Yeah, it's just, and he's doing so much with it. If you target just a forehand, at least you'll know that there's one side that you can go towards. But
No, I agree. And right now it's 12-6, and Scott's got no answers up to this point. Oh, there's one right there.
Scott needed that one.
There's one. He gave the sorry, not sorry, because he's down 7-12, and he needs that ball back.
Yeah.
He's not really apologizing. That's just a sign of respect, but he wants that ball. Trust me. There it is.
That's a nice one.
That might be a spark right there, like we talked about earlier. That could be a spark that gets him going. Now he's only down 4. He's down a game, so he's got to pull out game 2 to push a game 3 here. We're gonna see if Scotty can get something going here. Oh, that's. Oh, he had
on
it.
the post there. He had it. He just missed it.
But let's be honest right now. Every shot Paul's hitting is going in his favor. He's
Hit the net.
he's
rolled
in
over.
that state of flow that Eddie keeps talking about.
That's right. Keeps coming back full circle.
Little timeout called here. Scott called a timeout, wants to take a bit of a break here and rest. He's been running around the court quite a bit.
I think it's kind of cool. I don't know how I feel about it, but what do you guys think about the opponents like sitting next to each other for the 60 seconds if they're in a heated battle? Is that good? Is it bad? Neutral? No comment?
It's kind of funny because, everybody knows everybody in the pickleball world. And for the most part, everyone gets along. So it's kind of fun where you can sit down and talk. Don't really talk to each other. Hey, how are you doing? But I don't mind it at all. It's kind of neat. Sometimes when you really do know your player, you can make a comment, try to get them mentally off base a little bit. And I don't think that's going to happen here with these two, but
Eddie?
Yeah, I think it's good. I agree. I think that everybody here is pretty friendly with each other. I don't think anybody's going to take advantage of that situation where you're next to each other, and I don't necessarily know that it's going to be that big of a deal.
okay, well, here's a big stop for Scott. If he can get the stop here, he'll get the point and get a chance to serve again. That's not the shot that he wanted. That just barely missed with his forehand outside the line. 1 point away for Paul now.
14-8.
Wow, another one for Paul, and that's going to end the match, and hits the net, just rolls over. What a great match played by both of them. Waving to the crowd, good sportsmanship.
Yeah, Scott Moore's a class act, and he's going to take that defeat with grace and dignity. But, man, Paul Olin probably played as good as I've ever seen Paul play, and I'd like to put him up against Ben Johns and Kyle Yates after that kind of performance. What do you guys think?
I think we should.
Let's have a senior pro versus a pro finals
See
after
if we
they
can
finish.
arrange that.
Yeah.
It's not like they're playing enough pickleball as it is today, right?
Yeah, they're not tired or anything.
They haven't been playing for 4
Right.
straight days. That was a dominating performance right there in the finals of the senior pro men's. You looked like you couldn't miss right there. Were you especially dialed in for that championship match?
Yeah, Scott brings out the best in me. Definitely, he's such a great competitor. First off, I want to congratulate him. He always brings out the best in my game, so I know I have to be dialed in from the minute we start the first point. And I don't know, I love playing against him. And yeah, I started out pretty hot there.
Yeah, your backhand was really working well for you. Is that something that you've always had in your arsenal?
I think so. I think as my backhand goes, my game will go. So people tell me sometimes it's hard to read. So if I can keep it in play, then usually it works out for me.
That's awesome, Paul. Congratulations on your big win, and we'll see you for the next event.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Scott, that was not the first time you played against Paul Olin. You guys faced off, I think, in Nationals as well. That one seemed like he was just hitting everything that was going his way. What do you have to say with that? I mean, it's just tough.
Yeah, I mean, when he's on and hitting lines and getting a few net rolls, there's about nothing I could do. I mean, I played pretty well. and he just was on fire. So hats off to him. Just a great performance. I mean, he is number one in singles. I'll give it to him. But it does give me a little extra motivation, so that's not all a bad thing. Got to keep working hard. Go see my granddaughter, get a granddaughter fix, and I'll be okay.
That's awesome. You're going to be playing in 2 other finals, is that right?
That is correct. Got the men's doubles next with Brian Staub, and we're actually playing Paul and Barry. That'll be fun, and then the mixed finale. So we'll be back.
I love it. Thanks so much, Scott Moore, and we'll be back to the action here soon.